Hello, so let us now look into Newton's divided difference interpolating polynomial and Lagrange's interpolation formula. So these are used for non-equidistant data points. We previously had equidistant data points. First, let us look into the expression for divided difference. For any dataset xi for I 0 to n, we define the divided difference as follows. This is the expression for first divided difference. The first divided difference for any two consecutive data values is given like this, which is basically f of x1 minus f of x0 divided by x1 minus x0. And similarly, we can have for any two consecutive terms. The second divided difference is represented something like this. Here, this term is also a divided difference, and this term is also a divided difference, and the entire expression is the divided difference of two divided difference. Similarly, for n consecutive terms, the divided difference expression is something like this. Now let us come to Newton's divided difference interpolating polynomial. Let us first consider the linear case. So let us first write a linear equation, p1x equal to b0 plus b1 x minus x0, and we are given two data sets for linear case. So by substituting the data sets, we can obtain the value of b0 and b1. From the expression of b1, it is clear that this expression is nothing but the first divided difference. So we are going to substitute the b1 with this term and b0 with this term. Now let us consider the quadratic case. Now for quadratic case, we are given three data sets, and when we substitute these three data sets, we can obtain the value of b0, b1 and b2. Now from the expression of b2, it is clear that it is nothing but the second divided difference. So all we have to do is substitute this term here and this term here and this term here. So we finally obtain a quadratic polynomial, quadratic interpolating polynomial. So similarly, we can generate a general formula for uh, uh, Newton's divided difference interpolating polynomial. So this is how a general formula would look. Now let us look into Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. Now previously we wrote the linear polynomial as something like this. Now we can rearrange this expression to get something like this. So let me call this term as L0x and this term as L1x. So L0 and L1 are called Lagrange's polynomial of degree 1, and this is a product expression to generate Lagrange's polynomial of degree n. And in general, suppose if we have n plus 1 data point, so this expression, so from this expression we can generate the Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. So now let us look into an example. Now we are given three data sets, and we have to construct a polynomial of degree 2 or less using Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. So at first we need to generate the Lagrange's polynomial of degree 2, L0, L1 and L2. So these are our L0, L1 and L2x, and then we have to construct our polynomial. We have to multiply L0 with f of 1 and L2x with f of 2 and L3x with f of 4, that is equal to 3, and then simplify this expression to get this polynomial. Now the exact same problem is being done with the divided difference table. So this is our divided difference table, and we have to calculate the first divided difference and then the second divided difference. It's very easy to calculate it in tabular form. For the first divided difference, all we have to do is subtract 3 minus 1 and then divide by 2 minus 1 to get 2. Then 3 minus 3 is equal to 0 divided by 4 by 2 is equal to 0. And to get the second divided difference, all we have to do is subtract 0 minus 2 divided by 4 minus 1, 3. So minus 2 by 3. And all we have to do is substitute this value here and this value here and this value here to get this expression, and upon simplification we are getting the exact same polynomial we got earlier. Now let us look into another example. So we have got 6 data sets, and we have to construct an interpolating polynomial using Newton's divided difference table. So this is our divided difference table, and we can see that from the third divided difference onward we are getting values equal to 0. So when we are using, so all we have to do is use these three values in our polynomial expression, and we can obtain a maximum of and we are obtaining a second degree polynomial in this case.